Hello, my name is Phil. If you don't know me, I am the CEO of Vipelex. I have been working diligently for many years setting up this business to be fundamentally going after principled based thinking that will get you to wherever you want to be with other tools that you grab upon from other sources. I want this to be the fundamental that takes you somewhere. So stop before you spend another dollar on a course somewhere else. Listen to what I have to say. A payment gateway is the thing that makes or breaks a business. Here is why. If you do not have a means to transact, you don't have a business. You just have a hobby that doesn't pay. And that's bad. Reason why is we are going to switch behaviors with AI, with cryptocurrency, and other forms. It's happened throughout history. We had the Medicis, we had different empires that all instituted their own ways of banking. And then currency follows suit when the time is right. And what we're having right now is currency changes happening on a scale unheard of in history. We are living in a time where money habits are changing, yet we still live under the rocks with sacred wisdom that is told to us by others, and we never go out and read the books to learn this. I wanted to charge $3,457 on a course. And I started thinking to myself, I said, charging this much on something that everyone needs, and I'm gatekeeping. That's wrong. I should give this to people. Give this without the fluff, without all the other stuff. It's sleek. And they can learn how to implement this and be stronger in whichever you want to do in your sales. Instead of just focusing all on the words, you have confidence in PayPal, Stripe. We are allowed Visa and MasterCard, and it's right here, the button below, and it's secured with the GDRPs and compliances, so your information is safe. And we do not collect your sales data and sell it off. Something of that jargon. It can be different otherwise, but you have a clear understanding of how the gateways work. Leading back, we are doing Payment Power, a site that I built off Claude Code, and it's going to be free. It's still in the betas right now. I'm fine-tuning the last parts for enrollment and going to do play tests to make sure that when people get on there, they log in, it's operational, they can get to the modules and learn, as well as go to the next stage that they want to be. And that will be sprint strategy, and that's a future one. That's where you're going to book times with me. I'll discover your needs, and then based off that, we'll go off a plan and a package. And that's for a future date, so don't stress that. But Payment Power, there is 5 laws that I'm going to list off here that are pretty much going to encompass the whole meaning behind it. The first one being, who controls the payments controls the business. Your payment processor holds the kill switch to your revenue. Understanding this dynamic is the first step to taking back control. Think on this one part in that sentence. Understanding this dynamic is the first step to taking back control. We have so much anxiety and depression nowadays, and we keep sending them to psychologists, to all these gurus, yet where is the power that we can reclaim ourselves? If we have the power over the payment gateway, we are in control. And that control gives us liberty to do as we need to. understanding the rules and regulations that reside in there, are equally as much the power that's vested in us to take the funds and move it to where we need to belong, and our own accounts for profits, as well as making sure that they're compliant with tax rules and regulations. Yada, yada, yada. Continuing onward, number 2, friction kills conversions silently. Ooh. Every unnecessary step, every slow load, every confusing form field is silently bleeding you dry. Most businesses never ever notice this. Wonder why. It's because they've never been taught this in school or in general environment. Only like really top corporate people understand this. When we don't make something that's of ease for someone to use easily, it is hard to get that improvement to give them that ease. But once it's done, it converts so fast because they don't feel like it's a drag. They feel that it's smooth. They're in a flow, and it makes it a hell of a lot better of an experience. Think about it. You're in a shopping cart on Amazon. Imagine if Amazon added 2 alteration factor Face ID verification, and before that, you'll get a Gmail verification before you can even purchase your item. Yo, you would not buy that item because you have 3 steps to get to that point. Or you maybe have this one vitamin brand that you're just thinking on, and you just let it sit there because you think, I don't need it. I can just go to Target. You see the point? Now, if you added a package where if you do this within 5 hours, now it can move the inventory without it sitting in a cart. Amazon knows this, but I'm just giving some points. Not everything does it, but when it's implemented, it makes the smooth convert much more visible. And that will be on that one. Onward to 3. Redundancy equals survival. Not everyone should rely on one single processor. One account freeze, a policy change, a risk flag, your entire revenue streams go dark. Nothing. Hear that. You have nothing left because you didn't plan with a cake layer. I call it the cake layer method. It's pretty much you have another one and another one and another one. Or a citadel makes sense too. Each wall is another barrier to entry. If one fails, you still have another inside. But if you only rely on one wall, you have full reign into the capital and you're done. That's what the inner wall sanctums. You might lose some parts by one breach and then the next breach, but those layered walls give you more time to do the things that are necessary. And that's where having those in place is awesome. Now, it's going to flip the coin on the head because we don't want those walls being destroyed. They're just there as the failsafe, or the winter contingency, as I like to call it. 4th one, compliance is leverage, not limitation. Operators who master compliance don't avoid shutdowns. They unlock access to better rates, higher limits, and preferential treatment. Imagine I'm a scammer. And you know what I want to do? I just want to pull the rug. I want that money, baby. Do all that wrong stuff. And you know what happens? Strike people on their back and, oh, he's doing something bad. You're done. And you know, you just ruined your reputation. You ruined everything that could go about it. Now you could create another account and yada, but let's look at it this way. You don't want to be doing that type of business in the first place. If you're running a Ponzi, you're going to end up in jail and even worse, without funds. The way that operates always ends in a bad scenario because their trust is eroded. What we need to do is build trust and be transparent in what type of dealings we're doing and try to let them know so they understand that we're trying to make a legitimate business to empower our lives and have a gateway to transact. They are not trying to prevent you because they get profit by you doing your transaction. They want you to succeed because they make profit on that. But they can't let you succeed if you're doing some bad, shady stuff. So we gotta be on the top of that. Don't do any shady stuff. And then we have the fifth law. Cash flow speed is better than profit margins. Well, it's a greater than sign on the image here. I would just say this. You have $100,000 that comes in each month. Or you have $25,000 coming in each week. Which one is better? The $25,000 each week. The reason is it's landing consistently. And with consistent funds, you can maneuver and plan things out much better than just waiting for a longer deal cycle. Now, some things like an acquisition and stuff, they are larger amounts and you do need to allow time on those. Yet if you have the ability, let's say doing more volumetric stuff, the higher you can get those funds rolling in, the better off it's going to keep the account in standing, understanding your frequency of purchases and chargebacks and so forth. And that was one thing I failed to mention in 4. Those chargebacks, if you don't understand how people are doing refunds and all that, they can cancel your account because of that very reason. Because too much of that hits the pocket of Stripe, and they don't like that either. Now, you will have refunds. That's a given. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're doing everything possible so they don't feel like they want to get a refund, because all the value that you're delivering is there. There's no reason to. And that's 5. So, that was good. I'm proud to say that this is free. I was legit beating myself up while also looking at AI testimonials when I was building off this website. And I was just like getting ticked. And there's some on my other sites too where they use AI. And I am just so tempted to throw that it's AI Chatbot 1. Because these testimonials, yeah, you need proof. Because I'm just a random dude at the end of the day. In the beginning. I can tell you my name. I can make promises. Yet, the one thing that I want to convey to the people, above all else, whether you like me or not, master the payment gateway. I want you to have the ability to understand how you get paid, so you are more in a powerful position to make the demands that you want to get. And not evil demands, like, I will beat you up and I will get what I want. No. I mean, if it's MMA, okay, you got your point. I want you to be able to put an offer out there that says, my value is this because of X, Y, and Z. If you tell me my value isn't this, I need you to destroy the evidence that I provided with my projects done. And then that will be much more solidifying than anything else. Don't be a victim of complaining that the world is not fair. The world will never be fair. Fairness is just a construct to make someone else wealthier because you're too in your head of trying to empower everybody. You first have to focus on yourself, then you can empower the world by what you do first. I believe in mandatory opportunity. When you have the opportunities there, you've trained, you've done the things, the opportunity will land into your hands because of the positions and the programs that work towards you. The reason that I say mandatory opportunity, if you have done the work for years, you're a reader, you're a warrior, and you've been abandoned, those are the criteria that we need to push you out of default life living. Recircle, save money, buy a house, 9 to 5. Come on, baby. Let's read the circle. We got AI now. Well, let's let AI live. The sacred wisdom. Save money. While the Federal Reserve, if you don't know, the Federal Reserve has the power to issue bonds to the banks, make more money, recycle it, add more circulation in. You can take a look at big banks. I'm not blaming them. It's pretty smart. They got a lot of money. You think saving money is what makes banks richer? No. It's that they know their accounting. They know the words of accounting. They know the collateral is the accounts receivable and the accounts payable, the collateral and the revenue. Each stream coming in as one, balance sheets, P&Ls, all that. That's what savings is like. So know your payment gateways and expand your knowledge base so you can be so powerful and leverage machine learning. It's not going to disappear. I know people are afraid of a Terminator type end. I'll tell you this, the Terminator type end, I don't see it as heavily. I see the flippin' Detroit Become Human. If you take a look at that, it's a video game. Very well done of how machines could honestly become better in that regard, where they start realizing a conscious self. That's something pretty deeper. Well, I do want to speak on another part. I did give a hint on spin strategy. Spin strategy is something where I'm still building as well. It's going to handle one-on-ones. I know that I'm going to give you this payment power for free. Yet, information free, you might not use it all. Well, you might use it all because your brain is going that, but the thing that you learn is that you need to have a mentor, or your mentor is going to be books. And it can't just be one book. It has to be many books and the one book that you choose. So you have a great data bank to choose from. Excuse me. And that's where spin strategy is going to come in. I want to have my own time put towards you. When you put the investment out there, I want to sit down with you, put a payment gateway that you want on there. I wanted to build it out. I want to show you all the methods that I use to build SOPs, NAICs, how to get your LLC started, all that type of stuff. No jargon BS. I ain't going to use titles and whoop-de-doo. No. I want you to feel empowered by everything that you do, that you are amazing for being on this journey, because it's going to empower you to go to all these other conventions. Let's say Jeremy Miner, Alex Hormozi, Vin Gunn, John C. Maxwell, Patrick Bet-David. You go to maybe one of these conventions. Now with the applied power of payment gateways, you now know what to do to have the fundamentally get paid first. Now, I know there's going to be other parts where you want to get a call center type way set up, AI agents, it's such an infinite vast scape. And with Claude Code, with Manus, with Notebook LM, the possibilities are endless. You just got to put out the investment and then make sure that it's within your funding range for what you're building in the beginning. I would honestly say the best funds that you can apply are investing in your lifetime software, your large language models, agents that do the job of traders, pharmacists, what's another one? Accountants, mechanics. You want agents that can be paired alongside or handling big tasks like that, and always testing them to see how well are they performing, what's their accuracy rate, and so forth. Now, people were saying, Phil, you crazy man, that AI, too much. It'll destroy you. I agree, there is dangers in it. Yet we fear what we do not understand. And if we embark into understanding it, then we can learn to defend ourselves against the attacks. The way that we actually get attacked is by not acting when the time to call upon ourselves to move is there. We are standing stationary when we are demanded to move, and that is evil. Evil in the regards that we're selling ourselves short and we're sabotaging. And I can't stand that. Because I know the pains of being abandoned, of working out when no other results are there, when you don't have the resources and you're just trying to do your best, and you're reading so many books and nothing changes. I don't care whether or not any of these change. I'm giving this to you so you have the ability to know that this is important. And if you have the belief that something like this platform, future opportunities, and my knowledge has the way of getting you to somewhere you want to be, I would be honored and privileged to do that. And that's what Spin Strategy will do. I will ask commitment and investments. I'm still working those out. Yeah, if you make that commitment and then see more value and you want to invest more, some of you might. You will not be forgotten. I will share all that I can and ever more. I will not try to gatekeep this stuff. Merely my time and attention will go to those that respect it. And that's why I ask of you people too. Go to time and attention where it's respected, not just take it for granted. You could be at a job and doing such a heavy task and people just take it for granted. I think of warehousing a lot, where somebody is legit working their tail end off, stacking boxes inside of a truck, making sure that it's fitted right, and they're just getting swamped with boxes. And we just tell them more of a rate or make sure it gets out by this certain time because of this, that, and the other thing. Yet we fail to look at the human to make sure, are they well fed, or do they have resistance bands to strengthen their muscles? Do we have things to make sure that they don't pull their back? Because the thing is, we can tell them to use proper form, but if they don't have the tools that make proper form so easy that they don't have to think about it, it will happen. We need to create more tools like that. Think of the regard of a human that's in pain. And if we can do these things to resolve these pains that are so very niche, yet nobody looks at it, we have the ability to do something unheard of. Because too many people get stuck in their own egos, sometimes myself included. We all have it. Yet we must put the ego to the sand and allow ourselves to think of ourselves like a lens, a camera lens, extending into the air, and we're looking back at our little speck of dust that's our ego and ourselves. We see that we're in a desert with all of this other sand. We are just a speck. And our ability is with one speck. We can change the flow of other specks that lead to a chain reaction, and then the sand moves. But it was never just you. It was a happening of many things, whether it be the AI agents or you combined together to get the better results. It's always some form of action and a happening. I thank you for being on this. Spin Strategy will be the next one. Payment Power is going to be the free one that I'm proud to announce. And I'm going to leave it on this final note. The book has been annotated. Even better now. I had some really mess ups in the don't immerse yourself in your environment. But after doing more annotations and really going back over it, I can fully say this book is going to be amazing. It's unique. It does not follow a self-help regular jargon. It has unique parts for business, your own life, philosophy. It doesn't follow the cookie cutter image of, oh, I'm just going to talk about happiness and then this thing and that thing. No, this part is like evolution. We first start that we're not going to stay in the same place, then we keep evolving, and then the stories blend together of my own self. And then it goes to the part where it's beyond myself and understanding the greater grasp of things. You'll see it at the end. And once that end, you'll be flabbergasted. It flabbergasted me how I did this. And the thing about a book that I love is that when it starts teaching you, when times you forget that you wrote this, that is such a feeling that tears want to fall off your face. So many rough drafts, so many nights that you don't know if this will ever work. So many words that people won't understand because it was always meant to be yours. You try to give your support because you understand how it feels. Yet sometimes you just gotta damn do it. God damn it. I'm saying the wrong word. Just goddamn do it. There you go. And keep a smile. In hard and bad times, get passionate on this. Set some fire under your stomach and really be proud of what you're doing. Because this is something I am proud to share with y'all. And the journey will be long. There will be improvements along the way. And I'm just so glad that we're here on this journey. I don't have to outbe another. The only person I need to outbe is myself. Each day that I keep improving is just, it's marvelous. Hey, you guys have my eternal gratitude and undying appreciation for staying on this video. And I will sign out. Remember, think of yourself as the customer and become the VIP you're meant to be. See y'all.